Live is dead. TGL is dead. Polyester pants are dead. No, I'm kidding. Welcome to On Golf. We're talking trends in 2026. Let's go. Hey everybody, I'm Luke Mangan with On Golf. Welcome to the first video ever that I've put out for On Golf on the YouTube channel. We're talking about trends in 2026. So this is going to be from the perspective of a consumer, some from a golf brand. Really just if you're in the industry, these are some things that are happening, that I see happening, some things that you might want to pay attention to. So I'm a writer in the golf space, but stepping into the media side is going to be a really exciting piece of this next year. So without further ado, I am no expert, but here are the trends for 2026. Trend number one, very simple. If you've been here for any amount of time, you will know content is king. It will remain king. If you are a golf brand, you have to be putting stuff out there. I think Instagram, TikTok, non-negotiable. I think if you're a founder in the space, if you are an executive or a founder in the golf space, it would benefit you to be on LinkedIn and X and just like sharing what it's like building a business, gaining credibility from investors. These are things that are going to not get as many eyeballs or clicks, but I think that they will get you in the right rooms with the right people. Maybe more of a slow burn, but important. So like I said, I'm a writer in the golf space. I write for golf brands, but who is going to know that? Who's going to know that if I'm not putting stuff out there of quality that makes someone think, I may want to work with this person. Similarly, if you're a brand and you've got an apparel brand, who is going to find you? So many of these new, especially D2C golf apparel brands, you're not going to find them in your country club pro shop. You're going to find them online. You're going to see something they did creatively, whether it was a video or a marketing campaign. You got to put yourself out there in a really creative way. That's how you differentiate yourself. So content remains king. Put stuff out there. Get creative. Hire well. Invest in this. It's a serious expense to have good quality creative content. Worth it. 100% worth it. The brands that I like because I found them on social this past year. So that's how you're going to attract new customers. On the flip side of that, sounds maybe contradictory because we're like, focus on the screen. You just get in front of people on the screen. Real life events, in-person events. This is where you take that top of funnel. You got some new customers in because they saw your socials. This is how you make them feel like they're a part of what you're building. This is brand loyalty. So if you can get people to a golf course, or you can get people to some kind of dinner event before a tournament or something, like invite people into something, create something to invite people into. I'm thinking like, if I'm a brand, let me think of it. If I'm like Devereaux is kind of a startup golf brand. They're based out of Arizona. They've been around for like 10 years. I hadn't heard about them until this past year. Why? Because they put out great content. They're very unique. Their style is different. I like them. If, say, they're hosting a tournament in Phoenix, they're Arizona-based. Tournament in Phoenix, Saturday and Sunday. What I would do is I'd get a bunch of like really valid, solid sponsors, preferably golf related. Of course, there can be some local businesses that sponsor this event, but you get some movers and shakers, if you will, golf industry executives, business owners, investors even, and you invite them to a table. You get a reservation for 30 at a pretty nice restaurant on Friday night before the tournament, and you're like, hey, thank you for being a part of what we're doing. Let me share a little bit with you about what we're doing at Devereaux and what our next year looks like, our next 5 years look like. So now you've got a small group of people who are now, without even investing any money other than maybe sponsoring the event, they feel like they're a part of what you're doing. And they'll go to bat for you. And they're going to go to these events all over the place because they're in the industry. and they're going to be like, you won't believe what Devereaux did. They hosted this tournament just Saturday and Sunday, but they had this awesome little dinner on Friday night. We got to meet really cool people. I made great connections with people that have benefited my career. So thankful that they did that. That's for a very unique set of people, but that's bringing people together in real life. It doesn't even have to be golf. Then take it to the tournament. Maybe you've got 100 people that they're not industry executives. They're just people who love the brand. They live in Arizona. They play a lot of golf. Have something for them, dinner, drinks, bring them together. And then someone who runs Devereaux, the company, get on a mic and tell them, hey, we are so grateful. And also, here's the vision for our company. Then what do you think this person's going to go back? They're going to go back to work and be like, I did this like golf tournament hosted by this golf brand that I liked. And now they're awesome. I met all the people. I'm invested. I'm in. So that's like one example of a couple different ways you can do IRL. But bringing people together is going to be so fun. I mean, there's a thing called Roosevelt Wine Club. I used to live in Los Angeles, and there's a course there called Roosevelt, and it's a 9-hole course, but it's kind of tucked into like it's pretty close to like the Hollywood sign. Anyway, just really cool part of town. And every Friday night, or maybe every other Friday night, they bring people together. They've got music. They've got everyone gets to go play golf, like get the twilight round rate, and that covers a glass of wine. You get to be there for the music. You get to play 9 holes, and it's just like this event of kind of I don't want to say strange, but a very LA new age modern golfer bringing people together in real life. I never got to go because I didn't know about it. But if I had known about it while I was living there, I would have totally gone to that. Like, create experiences for people to show up, take in your brand or your whatever it is that you do. Create something that you can invite people into. So, content, IRL, two sides of the same coin. Now, as far as golf media goes, I think golf is going to continue to try to be everything to everyone, and people will get tired of it. That's what people are tired of. TGL. People are tired of, and that it's been around for a year. They just started season 2, and what I don't think people really understand is that people are creating experiences in golf that are not for everyone. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the game as a whole is trending in this direction of like short form, fast paced golf, because there will always be an audience that will want to sit down on the couch on Saturday and Sunday and watch slow golf, not bad, slow golf for 6 hours. I love it. My wife is like, how can you watch this for so long? And I'm like, I just can't believe they're hitting these shots. It's just, it's awesome. So there will always be a market for those people. But what's happening is now they're capturing the attention of people who don't want to spend 6 hours on the couch watching golf. It's like, okay, but golf is cool. I like it. It's fun to play. I don't really want to watch a ton of it all at once, but if they're doing like this team golf indoor thing for an hour and a half, like, yeah, I'll throw it on. It's fun. You kind of get to hear the commentary. It's kind of exciting. And I don't really know what the Golf Channel games were. I just saw some clips after it where Rory and his team finished a hole in like 20 seconds. I was like, pretty cool. I didn't actually watch it. But all that to say, people in the golf industry are creating new experiences for completely different groups of people. You don't have to like all of it. I mean, there someday soon there could be contact. It could become a contact sport. Try to capture some football audience. I don't know, probably not. But it's just they will continue to do this. We will continue to see celebrities. Justin Bieber's all in on golf. Drewski, I don't know. I saw some video. He like crashed a golf cart into the green. I didn't really like that. That's when I'm like, shrink the game. But people will continue to want to be in golf, and they're going to come at it at a different angle, as often as they can, because in their heads they're thinking, this is new. This is new. New people will like this. Maybe I can capture some of this old golf audience and some new golf audience. There were 3 million new golfers in 2024. I don't the stats I'm sure have not come out for 2025, but not only do you have the opportunity to steal some audience from other things that aren't going quite as well, but there are fresh faces and fresh, like, new people to golf that don't know yet what they like. They just went out once and they're like, I could get used to this. I could do this a little bit more. Then they start to consume golf content, which, by the way, they're going to start with YouTube. They're going to start with YouTube golf, and they're going to find their favorite creators, and it's going to be fun for them. And then they're going to look for new avenues, and they're going to like something. Again, it may be the PGA Tour. It may be Live. Probably won't be Live. Could be TGL. I don't know. But they're going to find their thing. And so I don't have a problem with this diversification of golf events. Like, they're just going to find their people, and some are going to be bigger than others, sure. I just don't have a problem with it. They're going to continue to want to be everything to everyone, and until they find their lane that they're in. So on the style side, I guess this is like number 4 trend. I think it will continue to trend in the informal, relaxed, more streetwear, kind of what Malbon is doing to bring a little bit more casual feel to the sport. But even the funkiest, craziest, like, out there brands will need to harness it a little bit, because it's maybe not trending that way as fast as people might think. Like, if I'm going to go to if I'm going to go to a trendy golf company, I'm not going to probably choose right now their trendiest piece, their most out there piece, because I still golf with guys that wear, the pretty tight, like, Lulu pants and the country club polo. I don't want to be looking like I don't want to look sloppy out there with baggier pants and a funny big baggy, like, boxy shirt. I would like to go play golf like that, but I'm not there yet. And so 90% of people probably aren't there yet. And so it's like, these really cool trendy brands, I think, are going to want to invest in a little bit more, like, essential pieces, quarter zips, polos, made of material that's not like the super techy whatever. But I think it's going to continue to trend towards streetwear, informal, relaxed, more stylish, honestly, like true style, not just the same old. But these companies will also want to have in their bag a good classic polo that looks good, maybe fits a little different, is a little bit cooler, a little bit nicer, a little bit trendier, whatever. But if they don't, they're gonna have to count on a smaller audience. So, like, if you are a brand and you're like, we want to be this super trendy niche brand, then, like, you're gonna have a niche audience. And it's gonna be slow. Your growth is gonna be slow. You're not gonna want to produce a ton of product, because it's gonna take a while for you to find a substantial audience, substantially sized audience. So obviously your Nikes, your Adidas, even like your Callaways, they're going to sell a ton, and they can create some premium products, but I really like the premium route. I think of like a Manners, I think of a Malbon, I think of a Devereaux. I think it's just going to take a lot of time for brands that want to be really unique, which I agree is important, but it's going to take time for them to find a substantial audience. And so I worry a little bit about the businesses that go 100% all in on that. But their pricing will be premium and their materials will be the best. And I think that's more fun, personally. So that's all I have to say on the style piece. Now, as far as just golf goes, golf performance on tour, I think Scotty Scheffler will continue to dominate. I think Cam Young will be exactly who we think Cam Young is after the Ryder Cup. I think we also didn't even talk about Fred Couples signing with Melbourne. That is funny because right now the trends have not caught up to the older generation. Again, I write for My Golf Spy here and there. Their audience, they've got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers that get my stuff. And I'm writing about this stuff like, hey, you got to be creative. You got to have a premium brand. You got to focus on content and creative. And I can tell it's a bunch of older generation golfers that are like, we don't need this stuff. Like I wear shorts from Costco and they're just fine. I get that. I get that. But a guy like Fred Couples coming in with the Malvin, but that's the thing is they're not gonna see that. They're not gonna see because they're not on Instagram, they're not on TikTok, they're not anywhere. So they think that Malvin is still like Jason Day plain dress up. That's what they think Malvin is. And so when I write about like new brands should copy Malvin and what they're doing, these guys are like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Don't do that. Go to Costco. Get your shorts. Anyway, Fred Couples, gosh, smoothest swing ever. Maybe Adam Scott. It's hard to say. All that to say, golf is in a good spot. Golf is awesome, and the brands they feel the freedom to get so creative, and they're getting creative. And I'm excited about what's to come. So as for me, I'm gonna keep covering what's happening, and a little bit of tour, a little bit of business, a little bit of I don't know. This is gonna be a ton of fun for me. And let me know, what you're seeing in the golf space, because I think it's changing rapidly. I think that gone are the days where I'm surprised by what I see in golf. It's just it's gonna keep being different and crazy every year. So I'm excited. I'm excited to bring it to you. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I don't know how many of you will, but like this, subscribe to it. I'm gonna be bringing this to you. Hopefully once, twice a week, chatting golf. I'll have some guests on in the new year, which I'm really excited about. Because people are doing some really unique things. You don't have to have a clothing line. You don't have to be a media brand. There are communities that are forming. There are local shops that are doing golf in a really cool way. I'm excited to bring some of that to you and share with you guys like what's actually working in the golf industry. Not just what do I like, but how do you build a business in this space? It's hard. Everyone wants to be in golf. But how do you do it for real? It's hard. So I'm gonna be talking to some people who have done it and who are doing it, who are on step 1, step 2, step 10, and we're gonna figure it out and we're gonna have fun doing it. So thank you guys for joining. This is a ton of fun. Subscribe to On Golf. I'll see you next time.